Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. We are here for episode number 12. Thank you, as always, for joining us. My name is Christian Dragonetti, and I'm joined by Australian PJ professional, Mr. Joel Mitchell. Joel, how are you?
Brilliant. After today, somewhat a decent round, so my vibes are up.
We went out and played a round at Heidelberg Golf Club today.
Yes.
And you had 65 off the stick.
Yes.
I had 75 off the stick.
Yes.
It's a true representation of where our goal games are at, I reckon.
Yeah, today was about
We've
where
always
it was.
been 10 shots apart.
Where it was, yeah. So, like, you obviously had your solid, you had your solid, real solid moments, and you had those two ordinary holes.
I had 75 off the stick with 2 double bogeys.
Yeah, there you go. The rest of it, I honestly was pretty good.
Yeah,
I was very stable. You had the putter rolling really nicely, which
so
you
good.
always fucking do. It shits me off the wall. It's fucking drives me nuts how you
I
roll
reckon
that
50%
thing.
of my confidence with putter is just you pumping my tyres up.
Honestly, it could be because seriously, because I tell you all the time how well you roll it and how well you seem to roll it. Because I very rarely see you miss like something from 3 to 6 feet.
Yeah.
It's very rare where you miss like the hole, like
Yeah.
you miss it by that much. It's always fucking,
It's one of those things where it's like when it's on, it's absolutely on.
well, even when it's off, you don't hole those sort of shorter to mid range putts. You just sort of miss most of them.
Yeah.
Like you don't miss 2-footers.
My
and you
thing's
don't
always
miss-
been, my thing's always been with putter. If you're gonna miss to like a foot.
See, when you putt poorly, you lack speed.
Yeah.
Speed control.
Speed control's the big.
You
the
always
first
hit it
thing that goes.
online, but it's speed control that you
My
lack.
my green reading is probably the best asset of my game. I'm really good at reading greens. It's just speed
Yeah.
control that complements it and makes it even better.
Well, that determines break as well. So
Correct.
that determines
Correct.
line.
Now we want to.
We've got a bit of a weird one today.
Sorry.
We've got a bit of a weird app today.
Bit of a weird one today. Now I'll start by saying that we had we did have a guest lined up.
Yes.
That's fallen through. Obviously, there isn't a third person here, as you can
Yeah.
see if you're watching on
You can
YouTube.
see, yeah.
We apologise for that. It's going to happen. It's
all right.
just
Future
a
weeks.
bit of a scheduling issue today. So, but as a sort of different sort of
Makeup.
a makeup yeah,
session. Let's
a
go
makeup
makeup
session.
session.
A sort of like
Because we had some things planned and as like you said, didn't go through. So, let's just think of something that we can sort of persevere with, I guess. And you actually called me the other night going, oi, what about this? I'm like, this is a great idea if it falls through. So I liked it.
I had a couple of people in the last few weeks sort of say, oh, you've mentioned once that you might do this type of episode, and I'll say what it is in a second. And I thought when the guest fell through, I was like, oh, now might be a good
just
time
do
to
it.
give it to
Yeah.
the listeners. And that is, we're going to do a whole episode of questions from the second cut.
Yeah.
And I'm scared.
Why?
Because I don't know what you're going to say, obviously. You've just told me off camera that 3 of your, I think, 5 questions we're going to do each.
This one's literally just off the top of the dome with this, because generally with previous episodes, we always have a general idea of the conversation. We always understand like the linking sentences to our next topic or something like that. We always discuss it beforehand for about half an hour of what
There's
the
a bit of prep
discussion
that
might
goes
be.
in.
Yeah, so we're not writing a script. We never do that. But it's
No.
just like, here's the topic, here's what we should touch on, and then go from there. And then it's off the top of the dome. This one's flat out just winging it.
So
Honestly, just winging it.
We've got 5 each.
Yes.
If we get through them, great. If we don't, we'll bank them and use them in future episodes.
If not,
Do you want to kick us off, mate? Let's get stuck straight into it.
Mine are literally just like I said, questions from the second cut. The second cut means just rough questions.
It doesn't. You don't know what's going to happen.
This could be anything. I could ask. Yeah. Anyway, so you're gonna laugh at mine because mine are just like these simple, non-thought about.
Before you do,
questions.
you've just sort of explained it. If you haven't watched our podcast before and you're not familiar with what questions from the second cut is, the second cut when you're playing golf is generally thick or rough. You don't really know how the ball's going to come out. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Joel and I have no idea, or Joel has no idea of the questions I'm about to ask him. And likewise, I have no idea what the questions are he's about to ask me. So it's completely random, off the top of the dome. We've only prepped ourselves, which is the best part about it. It makes for a bit of discussion and some differing opinions, which is always fun. Go, hit me with your first one. Oh, God.
Have you ever had an instance where you almost got into a fight on the golf course?
Yes.
Like
Recently.
physical.
Recently.
When?
Not physical.
No. Have you ever had just one instance where you're like if this guy swings, it's on.
No.
Or if you swing,
No.
it's on.
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Let's dial it back.
Unfortunately, I haven't. Because you
Right,
know
let's
what? There have been some moments when I've played golf and it's gotten heated and I've thought,
I'm about to smack him.
this bloke deserves one. This bloke deserves one. Generally, most of the arguments I have with people on the golf course are in relation to slow play.
Yeah.
The group I play with recently, two of the boys I play with every week, we recently got into a bit of a back and forth with the group behind us. Now I'll set the scene, right?
It was a cold winter morning.
It was a cold winter morning. It was only a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. We were the second group out for the day. One of the boys had a wedding and he's like, let's tee off early. I got to go.
Yeah.
So we did. We got to the green on 8.
Yep.
And because we were the second group, the group in front of us was first and they've got the whole golf course in front of them.
Yeah.
And they were flying.
They took off. Brilliant. That's exactly what you want.
They were flying.
Exactly
But it
what you
wasn't
want.
that bad in the sense that we just constantly fell 2, 3, 4 holes behind them. They flew out and we caught them, right? And then they'd fly out again and we'd catch them, right?
Oh, so you guys were way under time.
100%. I think we finished the round in like 345, maybe
yum.
350. And
Yum.
it was awesome, right?
Yum.
But we're standing on 8 green and we're just finishing up putting, and the 9th hole at Heidelberg is a par 5 down the hill with the bell.
Yeah.
And for the group on the tee box, they know when to hit when the bell's rung.
Yeah.
So as we're putting, the bell rings. And I'm thinking, sweet, we're on time. Like, because we're going to, the last two
putting
boys,
on 8.
we're putting on 8 and the bell rings.
Yeah, bell rings. You're
So
like,
I'm
beautiful.
thinking, there's 2 of us left to putt and then we're off.
Yeah.
to the tee
The
box.
second you stand, you hit.
As soon as the bell rings, the group behind us start chirping. And no joke, they were up our ass all morning.
Yeah.
And they start chirping saying that, we're slow, we're a hole behind. And it was a stroke medal as well. And one of the boys turned around and said that if we didn't pick up the pace, because apparently we'd been told before, if we didn't pick up the pace, he would penalise us 2 strokes each. To which I'm just like, I'm not really sure you can do that. But anyway, carry on. I don't think it's under his discretion to penalise people's strokes for slow play.
No, it's not.
So, and the funny thing was, this bloke who was doing the most of the chirping for this group was more often than not in the shit. So there was some choice words back and forth between our group and theirs. And I think I might have told him that if he wants to complain, he better do it from the fairway first.
Yeah.
To which I don't think he responded to. He wasn't too happy about that.
No, you wouldn't have liked that one.
But the beauty of it was, again, that
I like that.
we also snitched on him. So that was
So
the best.
good.
So the drinks cart came and saw us first, and we let the bloke in the drinks cart know.
Go on, these
and
guys.
then he went and gave them a spray. So
Love it.
yeah, just
So in terms of literally about to knock someone's chin off, you've never got to that.
I've never been this far away from
yeah.
someone.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm just wondering.
A lot of club shaking and pointing and fuck you and go fuck yourselves.
Yeah,
and you don't
yeah.
know what you know what doing. And rah, rah, rah.
Yeah. Blah blah blah.
But like, do you remember the video that came out of Cranbourne last year where they were face to face and tensing up?
Yeah.
I've never been in a situation
Never done
like
that. Okay.
Have you?
No.
Okay,
no.
cool.
So there's obviously been, like you said, there's
And
obviously been moments
a
where
non-contact sport. You don't want to be punching on with people.
If I came home and said to my girlfriend, "Hey, I got into a fight today," she'd be like, "What? What pub did you go to?" I'm like, No, it was on the 14th hole. I hit me second. Right, and she'd be like, "What the?" And so no, I've never been to a stage where, like you said, where I've been up close going, I got to be careful here because I got to put my hands up in a sec.
Well,
but there's obviously been times where you've gone, if this guy starts coming across the fairway, it's going to be on. But you've obviously, there's been words, definitely.
100%. And the fact that it is a non-contact sport, the amount of times I've rung my girlfriend on the way home from golf and gone, almost got into a punch on today. Like, because honestly, I've always had a short temper and a short fuse.
Yeah.
And there's been times where if people don't understand that they're in the wrong quick enough,
you'll let them know.
I'm letting them know.
Yeah.
It's part of who I am. It's how I was on
For example,
on the soccer pitch.
The
and
mechanics today.
Oh, don't even start. Don't even start. Anyway, we won't talk about them. We'll move on.
Yeah, because he wants to get too mad.
My first question
Go
for
for
you
it.
is, should there be a 5th major added to the calendar? If so, should it be a current event that's elevated to a major status, or should it be a whole new event? Because the women have 5 majors.
Both would have their perks.
The women have 5 majors as well.
Yeah. both have their perks in terms of either elevating an event or creating a new one. However, creating a new one, it needs to earn its prestige, and it needs to earn its stripes essentially. So it's sort of like the Masters. The Masters wasn't a major at the start.
No.
It had to earn its stripes. It sort of had to develop into something bigger. So I think the biggest event besides the 4 majors is the Players.
Agreed.
If you made the Players Championship that 5th major, which a lot of people,
they call it the 5th
essentially
major.
they call it the 5th major without being a major. That's probably the only thing I could think of. Other than that, I don't know what sort of other event you could add.
If not the Players, I would go the Tour Championship.
Of course, yeah, but that's a weird format. That's already a format, though.
It's already a format, and it's already there. It's already established, and it already means so much.
Yeah.
In terms of the FedEx playoffs and stuff.
Curveball.
Go.
If there was to be a 5th major, speaking of those formats, what if like the Dell Match Play was a 5th major? What if that was turned into a major?
A match play event?
Yeah, like you're the Tour Match Play champion.
I wouldn't mind it.
Imagine that.
I'm a big proponent in diversifying the types of games we play on the golf course, particularly at club level. I find that at our golf club, we'll have in a month, and it seems to be this for a 3-month stretch, you'll have 3 weeks of Stableford, 1 week of Stroke Medal. 3 weeks of Stableford.
Yeah,
I'd like to see more par rounds thrown in.
I hate par.
I love par. It's stress-free golf.
Fuck
I'd
that.
love to see more, Jensems, more 4-ball, better balls, all that kind of stuff thrown in just to mix it up. And especially when things are going on on the tour.
Yeah.
Throw something in.
Throw something in there. Yeah, okay, I guess
Throw
so.
something in.
Yeah, back to my point. I'd make the Players Championship that 5th major, like official.
Yeah.
Make it official if there was to be a 5th.
Yep.
But other than that, I think it's pretty comfy with those 4. I like it. It's sort of well spread out. So
Yeah.
that's
I've just thought of another question. I'm going to swap one out.
that's where I'd put it. Okay, I've got my
Go.
my second one. If okay,
Here we go.
all right, if you started considering your handicap, so under par, so you're 5.8, so you played off the blues.
Yep.
Right, so you play off 6.
5.
5, sorry. If you started 5 under par,
Yep.
which tour player do you think you could beat at Heidelberg right now?
Justin Thomas.
Really?
I think he's having an absolute stinker of form, and he has done for 2 years.
Wow. Okay.
I'd bank on him to capitulate before I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm saying that with a lot of chest.
So
I've just realised.
let's call it. So you've playing from the blacks at Heidelberg, the tippy tops. So you'd be playing off 6.
Yep. I'll be playing off 6 off
Cool.
your handicap.
So you'd be start at 6 under par
or 7, whatever it might be.
or
yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Let's put some cushioning in there. You're a better player than 7, but let's say 7 under par you start and he starts at even.
Yep. I don't think he shoots 7 under at Heidelberg.
But do you reckon you're going to shoot even off the black?
No. I think
You're shooting a few over and
I'd shoot a couple, maybe.
and he's not beating 4
If I
under.
played as good as I did today,
Yeah.
I shot 75 off the stick today, but off the whites,
Oh,
which is the
Dude,
front,
it's
the
30,
front fronts.
30 meters.
The front fronts, which is
Yeah.
30 meters.
It's
But
30 meters. It's fuck all. You still got to get in the hole.
Correct. It'd be close.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And that's only because he's in such bad form. I'm really saying it with a lot more chest. He'd spank me. He should spank me. Like, bend me over and spank me.
I like
But
it. For any listeners, that's huge.
come at me, JT.
Hey,
Like,
Justin Thomas, if you're listening, we want a match here.
that's it. Come down. We'll play at Heidelberg.
Interesting.
No, I'll get him on a bad day where it's like preferred lies and stuff as well.
Tee up.
Oh, God. I wish.
Justin Thomas. Fucking hell.
Who would you back?
Oh.
Because you're playing off. All right. Because you're playing Tour Pros off the stick at your level.
Off the top of my head.
Actually,
What?
I'm changing. I reckon, if not JT, I reckon I could definitely beat Joel Damon.
Okay.
I reckon I could definitely beat
But
Joel
those
Damon.
players are sneaky good at those sort of
They're
courses,
sneaky.
though.
Yeah, but I got to say someone.
Yeah.
I'm not going to turn around and say I beat Scotty
Yeah.
Scheffler.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
He
true.
would pummel me.
Yeah,
He'd
it's-
shoot 59 left-handed around out that joint.
You know who I'd love to play against? Just purely because of the fire and that little bit of energy. And he's probably more known as a YouTube golfer now. But I would love to. Oh well, there's two of them. I would love to play against Luke Kwan,
Yeah.
and he was actually in Melbourne very recently playing against Chop.
Yep.
And Wesley Bryan.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Love to play a match against Wesley because I seriously think my standard could compete with his.
Okay.
Because if we were both on, he holds some fire.
See,
Wesley
now-
Bryan, I'd love both of us to have that wedge in hand and try and get.
It's so hard.
Get that
For me, it's
competitiveness.
hard to dictate because yes, we're under the world handicap system, and it's a global standard for everyone. But there's still difference. There's still differences between, the courses we're playing here and the courses they play over there.
Oh, of course.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how I could compare against someone like that.
Yeah, of course. A lot of the times,
and then also, you talk about YouTube golfers. How much are they blowing out their handicaps?
Well, I
Or
don't
sucking
think it's
them in.
based on handicap. When you're at that stage, they're not worrying about I'll play off +3 or I'll play off 1. I'll
The
play
two
off 2.
you mentioned,
they're just going out and playing and trying to shoot as low as possible.
The two you mentioned,
like-
absolutely not. But there are others out there where I watch them play like on their videos and stuff. And
Yeah,
then they
for
go, "Oh, yeah, I'm
example-
a scratch golfer," and I'm like, "Nah, I don't think so."
Well, for example, the first couple that come to mind, sort of, for example, your Rick Shields and your Garrett Clark. Like Garrett would play off anywhere from scratch to 2.
Yeah, great.
He has his blowouts and he's quite capable of shooting those.
He wouldn't be plus?
a couple under par, huh?
You wouldn't be a plus golfer.
At a difficult golf course with scratch ratings, maybe.
Okay.
But I reckon he'd be scratch 1, just based off the levels that I see him at.
Yeah, okay.
And like, don't get me wrong, he's a great ball striker. He can play some golf. But I feel like if you played at a golf course, for example, like a Sandbelt or Heritage or whatever it is, I'd back scratch to 2 because
Okay.
he would be capable of catching him on a bad day where he shoots at 6 to 8 over.
Yeah,
But he
fair.
also hits it good, has that 1 or 2 under. Great.
Fair enough.
You know,
Fair
that's
enough.
that's where I'd put it. Whereas that's where you worry about handicaps for some people like that. Whereas Wesley Bryan, he's a fucking tour player. And same with
Yeah.
George Bryan, same with Luke Kwan. They're professionals.
Yeah.
So they're not going, oh yeah, he plays off +4, so he should shoot 4 under. It's like, no.
Yeah.
They're trying to shoot as low as possible.
Would you beat Brad Dalkey?
Oh, see, he's got some firepower.
He can play.
He would carry me by 20.
Another member of Good. He's a freak.
He's so good. Would
I
both have to be on. I reckon the closer we get to the hole, the more I would have control over it. He would have me off the tee by a long way.
I was
though.
actually saying this today. We played with Short Game Michael as he's
Short Game Michael!
as he's fast becoming known on the podcast.
His chipping's all right.
He's getting better. He's getting better. But I was having a chat to him today, and he pointed out, he's like, I'm really watching Joel hit his second shots because we played at Heritage. He reckons he barely saw you hit a ball because he just wasn't paying attention. But today he said, I'm focusing in on watching Joel hit his seconds and third shots around the greens. And he goes, and that's where the difference is.
Yeah,
he goes,
yeah,
off the tee, he's just like, you and I are pretty similar off
Yeah,
the
yeah,
tee when
yeah.
I'm on a good day
Yeah.
in terms of length and accuracy and stuff. And he goes, but the second shot is where Joel just clicks into gear. And I was like, yeah, 100%. That's
Yeah,
where he
right,
is.
okay. I don't really take notice of that. Actually, yeah, come to think of it, off the tee, I didn't do really anything special.
Neither did I.
Like, I reckon my dispersion when hitting it poorly is better. That's where it comes down to.
Yeah.
My bad is better.
Yeah.
But our good is, just as good. You're quite capable of hitting that 280 ball out there that's dead straight on a rope. Absolutely. But it's like, you're also capable of hitting that shot like you hit down 1, like that tiny little low heely shit
that
spinner.
nearly
That
hit,
you
I
almost
nearly hit it
missed
with the
ball.
grip.
You almost-
I nearly hit it with the grip.
So, but then again, I hit that shot on 8, so we won't talk about that.
Anyway, my second question for you is, would you rather do a United States golf trip or a European golf trip?
Oh, fuck.
Now, I'm
Are
just
the courses already set, or do I get to choose the courses?
no, I'll ramble off a few.
Go.
And so I'm thinking like US Open golf courses. So Pebble Beach,
Yeah.
Oakmont,
Yeah. Bethpages and Augustas.
Bethpage,
Yeah, all
not
that shit.
Augusta. No,
No.
not Augusta. Because good luck trying to book a friggin'
Yeah.
golf trip
but
to Augusta
Is
National.
this dreamland or is this
No,
legit?
this is a legitimate course.
Okay.
Like I'm giving you 30 grand. You can go and pick a continent to go to a golf trip in. Where are you going? The US or Europe? Where you've got places like
Well,
Le
if you
Golf
ruled it- if
National, Marco Simone, St Andrews, Carnoustie.
I've got to go Europe.
I'm the same.
I've got to go Europe. I would go Europe just because I feel like there's so
a
many,
little bit more history.
that, and I reckon there's so many more different golf courses. They're unique golf courses, and they have. Whereas watching on TV, don't get me wrong, the level of golf courses over in the US is the best on the planet.
100%.
Just purely, it's facts. just based on the tour and
I
stuff like
would-
that, and the amount of golf they play over there. So the level of golf courses is probably on average on top,
Yeah.
I'd say. But I feel like they're all have something similar about them.
I would pick the European trip as well for a big reason, and that is accessibility. I think that European golf courses that have hosted opens and stuff like that are far more accessible to the general public than that of. And yes, you can get onto Pebble Beach and have a
Yeah,
get
but
there,
you can get
but it's
through-
going to cost you $650 US.
Some of the top 50 golf courses on the planet, 10 of them are amazing public courses, like you said.
like
like
Pine
you had-
Valley
like-
is
yeah.
public, and
Yeah.
Bethpage Black is public.
Yeah,
And they don't hold a membership base, and
Yeah.
that's fine.
yeah.
But also, like, the US seems expensive. To
It
play
is.
Pinehurst
It
number
is.
2,
It is.
it'd be
It is
hella
expensive for a good reason.
But
For a
I
good
looked
reason.
at it recently. What's the going rate to play
the-
at St Andrews, the old course?
The
I think it
reason
was like maybe 90,
That's-
90 pound or 150, no more than 180 pound.
So what's that Aussie? What's
That's
that? 300
$300.
$300? Yeah.
You'd pay that.
I'd pay that
compared
over
to
going and play Pebble.
$650 US to play Pebble,
Pebble Beach. That's a grand Aussie almost.
But it's Pebble Beach.
Exactly. That's the
I
other
also
thing.
don't think that any golf round is worth $1,000.
I disagree. I'd pay 10 grand to play Augusta.
Yeah.
That's just me. But
I wouldn't.
What's put me over the line? What's put me over the line is there was a trip that my boss did. So my boss Luke at Rosanna.
Yep.
Shout out to him. He went on a golf trip with, I think maybe 15 or 16 guys.
Yeah,
I'm
cool.
not sure off
Okay.
the top of my head. Maybe 12 of them. There was about 3 or 4 groups of them went over there, and groups. I mean, in groups of 4s, of course. They went over they did a Europe trip, and where I'm seeing some of the photos of these places. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, there's this place called Sunningdale,
Yeah.
right? And he sent me this photo looking down one of the fairways. I'm like, licking my lips. I'm like, that is gorgeous. I don't care if I shoot 90 around there. I'll just be...
Did you say Europe or?
Yeah, Europe.
Yeah,
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 he did a
thought so.
Europe trip.
Sunningdale, yeah.
And it was amazing. They went and played the open course, the old course at St Andrews. Like, they're going and playing all these other amazing golf courses. I'm looking at them going, fuck me dead. As good as those places are over in the States,
In the US.
like as amazing as they are, I just think I would have that tiny bit more variety in Europe.
See, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
If you go to and do a golf trip, and I've looked at this because I was potentially going to do this year, but I pulled the pin. If you base yourself in St Andrews in Scotland, you are an hour drive most away from, like, I think 12 top-notch
Yeah,
golf
see,
courses.
that's mint.
St Andrews itself has got 6 or 7 golf courses on the property.
Yeah, it's something like that around
But
that
then
area.
within an hour's drive in pretty much any direction you want to go,
Yeah, you've
there's
got
just
something.
a plethora of friggin' golf courses.
Yeah, well, yeah. The one thing I've spiraled and gone into a rabbit hole watching this series. Speaking of Luke Kwan, I watched his New Zealand series.
Oh, cool.
Holy shit!
Oh,
Have you seen
okay.
some of those courses?
I've seen some of the, like, Tara Edie and stuff. Yeah.
I want to go to New Zealand so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. I saw this golf course. They played with Toombs and Taco. Right. And I saw that and they have great banter. It's funny as like Taco's
Oh, I gotta look
hilarious.
into it.
Toombs is an unbelievable golfer. Like great ball striking, very solid player. Australasian tour player. And played on PGA Tour China, I'm pretty sure, with Luke at one stage.
Oh,
I think off the top of my head, based off listening to them. And yeah, I'm seeing these. You got to watch this series, man.
Okay.
It is
I'll
unreal.
look into it.
It is unreal on Luke Kwan's page, and just the New Zealand, some of those New Zealand golf courses. You're like, holy shit!
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Can I go
That's-
again? Because I've got one
Go
that
for it.
sort of
Go
works.
for it. Go
Okay.
for it.
So this sort of works into the last one. Would you rather play / win, right, the Open at St Andrews or the US Open at Pebble Beach?
Oh.
Because I've recently,
Set the scene. What's the field? What year?
I mean, whatever,
Now.
like,
What now?
you get it. All right. Your partner rings you and says, there's a letter here for you to invite you to play into an event.
Yeah.
Would you rather that envelope be to play at the Open in St Andrews or at the Old Course, or would you rather it be to play the US Open at Pebble Beach?
Oh. Fuck, that's a good one.
Because
That is a good one.
the Old Course, as like favorite golf courses around, has my heart. I love that place. It's a bucket list thing. but I've been watching a lot of old like the Perfection at Pebble documentary. With
I've
Tiger
watched
Woods.
that 50
I
times.
watched it again last night, and I was just like, oh, this place is mint.
Oh man, I don't even know. Honestly that
Is that the first question we've asked on this segment?
you've got me fucked there. I would have to flip a coin.
Come on.
Yeah, you've got me fucked there
That's mint.
because oh man,
I've got him. I fucking got him.
I don't know why I'm going like this towards the Open,
Yeah.
towards St Andrews. It's just a tiny bit. It's got a little bit more pull on me.
Think about how many times the Open's been played at St Andrews.
Yeah,
it's there every 5 years. Whereas at Pebble Beach, I feel like maybe half a dozen at most.
Couldn't tell you.
I would side on the.
I'm going British Open.
The British Open.
I'd go the Open at St Andrews, just because not saying that the Pebble, the US Open hasn't had history, and for example, my favorite documentary is that one in 2000 of Tiger. Like that's my favorite ever. But yeah, just of course the caliber of players that have won at Pebble and won a US Open at Pebble, like the caliber of players is unbelievable, but the caliber of players that also won a British Open at the old course, like
they have to keep adding tears to the claret jug.
That?
It's a claret jug.
Nah, I'm
It's
going
a claret
British
jug.
Open. I have to. Yeah, that was a
claret
hard one, man.
Claret jug.
Fuck, that was good. Oh, hats off to you with that.
There you go.
Hats off to you with that. I really like that. That fucked me.
Don't
I don't
hit-
like that.
that was two in a row for
That
me.
hurt my head a little bit. All right. This one's a bit more of a personal one for
Okay.
both of us.
Yep.
What part of my golf game would you swap out for yours? And then I'll do the same to you. I know exactly which part of your golf game I'll take.
You'd probably say my putting.
Yeah. As good, as stable and as solid and as I think my putting is, I'm a good putter. But
What you're saying is, if you were to take my putting, it's not too much of a drop off to the standard that you're putting at.
No. If not, when you're putting good, it's fucking. You look like you box everything, and it shits me.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
That's what it seems like.
I would have your short game.
Okay, wedges.
I have spoken
So anything with 100 in, essentially.
120 in.
Okay.
That is the biggest area that I need improvement in my game.
Mm-hmm.
And if you gave me just click my fingers and I got yours, mate. And I've sat here week after week and time after time, and there's clips on TikTok and Instagram about how good your short game is. And yeah,
I'm flattered. I'm trying to
should
be
be.
humble.
you should be. You try
The,
not to look at the camera and be like,
I'm trying not
it
to
makes me
smile
blush.
and blush, blah blah blah. Okay, no, okay, I'll take that because it actually feels good hearing you say that because of how
much work you put into it.
I'm not going to say short game for me and the confidence with a wedge is natural. It is. I've always had that comfort with a wedge to try and spin it, to try and get nippy with it, to try and put it close to that flag, seeing it go a couple bounces and then rip at the hole, or seeing it come back 6 feet towards the hole. Naturally, I've always liked that, but I've also worked on so many unique shots. For example, the shot I had on 9 today, fucking impossible shot, like impossible, going downhill, down green, with not much green to work with, and I'm sitting a bit funky, but I've hit that shot on a practice green.
I think
2,000
I
times.
think your shot on 8 was more impressive. I've never seen you miss a fairway by that much before in my life, where you were literally.
Oh fuck, that was ordinary.
Okay, so the 8th hole today at Heidelberg, Joel had an adventure.
So I had 45. That wedge shot, I had 45 meters left.
Yeah,
I had
I'm
45,
gonna
but I was
because
top right.
Joel's
I don't want to talk about it.
I do. Joel's flared driver out into the trees right on 8, which is a tough hole, hardest hole on the golf course. He's then had to hit a left-handed shot from under a tree.
Killed you.
It was probably the purest shot you hit all day. It came out so hot.
Yeah, I didn't
skipped
expect
across
it.
the fairway, and then he's tried to hit a roping hook that just
was a
stayed
bad-
it. It just stayed
That
out.
was a bad brain fade.
I agree.
That was
and
a
I
bad
said
brain
it.
fade.
I'm like, it's a wrong shot there, Joel. Keep it low and put it short right and chip on.
Yeah, but
But
fuck
the
it.
shot you hit after that, from halfway down 9, pretty much, to then on a downhill lie,
here's
to
my thought
avoid the
process.
slope, you pitched it into a downslope with that much spin. It stopped pretty quickly.
Yeah, the shot I hit was honestly, it was experience. That one. I've had it a couple times before because it's like that loose soil that you have under trees. It's not like that hard pan, but it's not like sand. It's just a little bit of soil. It's loose.
It's crumbly.
It's loose. The second you decel or anything like that, the ball will go 10 feet in front of you.
Yeah.
It just won't go anywhere. And it's so hard to hit the ball first. So my idea is like, I'm going to just open this a tiny bit, put it back in my stance and swing fucking hard.
And you did.
And when it came out, I'm like, oh, that came out a bit better than I thought. Yeah. And you could hear like the sound. I'm like, well, I've kind of clipped that too. So,
Michael even said he's like for how hard he's swung at that, I'm surprised it stopped there. And we were like, holy shit.
My favorite. Yeah, true.
Okay.
I love a wedge in my hand.
I'm gonna spin it.
I love a wedge.
I'm
in my
gonna
hand.
spin it. Take your question. I'm gonna spin it. What part of my game would you not like the most? If you had to take something or the least that you would like.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
word
I
it
understand
correctly.
what you're trying to say. What part of your game
Would you hate to take the most?
would I take last?
Correct.
Okay. So obviously, as you can probably tell, I'll take his putting. If I had to take a part of your game, I'll take putting
You'd
for
happily
sure.
take my putting.
I'd happily take putting. What would I not take? Or be least probably your short game. It's not bad.
Nice.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Because your iron striking is very solid. So you don't miss
Huge.
more than 50% of your greens. You don't.
Yeah.
You probably hit 10 to 12 on average. If you're striking it mint, it's more. Right? It's simple as that. You don't really drop under that 10. Right? You always hit more than that because off the tee, you're pretty stable.
Yeah.
Pretty stable. If that driver isn't working, that 3 wood fucking does. Right? So if you're not hitting driver good, you're smart enough to put that in the bag, stripe 3 wood out there. You hit that 230 as it is, 235, and that's far enough on most par 4s. Right?
Yep.
And your iron striking is pretty pure. And if you do happen to miss the iron, you're not missing it big to the point where you have to whip out some crafty shot.
Yeah.
Right? So that's probably why I'd say your creativity with a wedge, I wouldn't take.
Yeah.
So your
straightforward.
stock standard chip shot, there's nothing wrong with it.
It's pretty pretty straightforward.
Like the shot you hit on 11, perfect.
Yeah.
Right? Perfect.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right? Nothing wrong with that. The shot you hit into on,
And
on
that's
14
probably the best way to
it.
put it. Your creativity, your ability to see something or be able to pull it off.
But I like having that idea of ball manipulation. I love being able to control that ball and do whatever I want.
Whereas the way I approach mine is
Don't fuck up.
no, not necessarily. The way I approach my short game is what are the elements showing me? How's the green sloping?
Yeah.
Do I need to like aim 30 right to allow for the slope because it's an easier shot than trying to go dead at the pin, whatever the case may be.
Don't get me wrong. I do the same thing. I'm allowing for elements, of course. Like what's the soil doing under the ball? What's the green going to do? What's it going to do when it bounces? How's it going to spin? I do look at that as well.
And my approach to short game is pretty straightforward. What's the best way to get it to the hole?
Yeah, get it to the hole.
And the easiest way to get it to the hole.
See, that's probably
based on how much I play. If I played as much as you and had time to practice it, and really get creative.
Yeah, you'll find the way you manipulate the ball will change for sure.
100%.
So the difference is every time I have a wedge, I'm like, how can I somehow hole it?
Yeah.
Like, how can I manipulate the ball so
That's
it's
such
gonna
a different
sit?
thought process.
It's gonna that's what I want.
Mine is, how can I not put this into Karen's backyard?
So the shot I hit onto 9, the reason why I liked that is because it was the exact feeling that I was looking for.
Yeah.
It just flew 8 feet too far, and it stopped on a dime on a downhill
And you still
on
boxed it.
reasonable. Yeah, I still hold the putt, but I remember hearing Michael in the background going, "Whoa!" And I'm like, "Yeah, it had a lot of English on it. It did. It had a lot of spin from a short shot." But I said to him, "I'm like, if that landed just 3 feet on the green,
Yeah.
it's gone in. It's going in.
Fair
the
enough.
way I hit it, I knew it. So
How many more questions have you got?
I've got 2 more.
All right, go hit me.
So we'll probably do this one, your one, and then we'll probably.
I've got 2 more as well. So
All right, do 2 more. I'll do this one. You do 2 on the back of it because
we'll see how we go for time.
You thought of 50. Okay, this one's another one about Heidelberg. So another one about us and our general games.
Yep.
How long do you think it would take you to birdie every hole at Heidelberg? And if you don't make a birdie, you have to restart the hole.
If I don't make birdie,
If you don't make birdie, you're going straight back up to the tee and keep going. So if you birdie one,
how many balls can I hit at a time? 1. So is it a case of like I just stand on the first tee box, whack 15 balls with driver down there, go and hit all 15
No,
balls?
no, because that's generally going to take you the same amount of time.
Yeah, okay.
Sort of. Within
How long
reason.
would it
You
take
get a
me to-
cart, you play one ball. How long would it take you to birdie every hole?
Oh,
you reckon?
a while.
Do you reckon?
A while. Because I reckon I'd get in here a bit about it.
Okay.
Because I think that
But the
as
problem,
arrogant as this sounds, every hole on that golf course is birdieable.
absolute every hole on every golf course on the planet is birdie.
I think every hole
with
is
the right
gettable.
shots.
The fact that I'd be going up and back would piss me off a lot. So I
Well,
reckon it might.
you
I
get a
reckon
cart, you get a cart, but you drive back. But the problem is,
in terms of hours,
yeah,
I reckon I could do it in less than 36 hours.
Okay,
Less than 36 hours.
so it'll take you 3 days essentially. So if you went 12 hours a day,
yeah.
so I'd back your ability. I reckon you could beat that.
Okay. Yeah. I'd be more. Can I pick what holes I go to first?
Nah,
So I got to play it in
1,
order.
2, 3, 4. Yep. I reckon the only hole.
I reckon I could chew through the first 6 in an hour or two.
Couple hours, yeah.
Couple hours.
Yeah.
First 6 holes at Heidelberger is.
I reckon
is
the
such a.
the 2 holes in my head that I wouldn't say struggle with, but would take you the longest are probably 8 and 13.
I'd back myself more on 8 than I would 13.
Really, I'm the complete opposite.
I love 8.
Complete opposite.
8's the hardest hole on the golf course.
That
it was
favors
left out
your
of-
shape though. That's why I don't like 8. 8 just the second I look at it, I'm like,
'Cause
I don't
I've-
like
I've-
it. I can't do it.
It would take me a while. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. But don't forget, you have holes that you birdie like that straight away. So don't forget, you're playing 10-minute holes essentially. Not even
'Cause
in
you're
a
in a
cut.
car.
You're playing 5-minute holes.
Yeah.
Because what if you say you're on fucking on 7.
Yeah.
Like today, you hit a 5 onto the corner, you throw it on the green, and you putt it. That's a 4-minute hole. And then you take holes that take you 45 minutes.
an absolute
That was an
snake.
absolute bomb.
On 7 today.
then
13 would
I
get me. Can I, if I hit a poor tee shot on a hole, can I just go, that ball's gone?
No,
I have to go
but you
play
have
it.
to play out the hole because you never know, you might chip in.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if I ended up where you were today on 8.
On 8. Okay, you can concede the hole. Sure. Yeah.
can
I back
concede the
that.
hole?
Within reason.
Within reason.
Has to be within reason.
Yeah.
So, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Cool.
If you
then,
snap it.
Fuck it, I'll say it 24 hours. I reckon I could do it in 24 hours.
Okay, so 2 split days.
Or 3 8-hour shifts.
Okay.
I reckon I could do it in 3 8-hour shifts.
That's hard. It's hard to tell, isn't it?
It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell.
Golf course to yourself, cart, balls, bag of clubs,
Yeah.
bit of music on. Yeah, probably.
Okay. I like it.
I reckon you could do it in 12.
I'll do it in a day for sure.
Yeah.
100%. The way I played today, 100%.
100%.
Absolutely.
You were on one today. How many birdies did you have? I mean, you shot 7 under.
At 8.
Yeah, there you go.
I had 6 on the back nine.
And you were
too.
pissy about that fucking.
No. The front
bogey.
nine was real ordinary because I just didn't get going. The second I birdied one, when I stumped
you
it
kept
on
saying
one.
it. We were playing a match as pairs, and you kept saying as soon as this putter gets hot, we're in trouble.
Well, that's when we started fighting back, me and Lukey.
Yeah.
Me and Luke. That's the first time we met this guy. But I said, if this putter gets hot, we're on.
Yeah.
And so we won like
won
3 in
2
the
or
next
3 hot,
4.
yeah.
3 in the next 4. And then we just didn't quite have enough. You guys just held on. But
Okay.
fuck, you guys ham and egged for that first 12 off so well.
We did.
Yeah, anyway, go.
On the similar sort of topic, what would you shoot around, let's say, Rosanna, if you had to putt and tee off on every hole left-handed?
Does it have to be driver off the tee?
It doesn't matter what you're hitting off the tee. When you're in between the tee markers, it's left-handed. When you're on the green with putter in your hand, it's left-handed.
And I can play everything else right-handed.
Yep.
Oh,
Could you break putt?
I'm trying to think. I'm just
I reckon-
quickly whizzing through the golf course right now. Breaking par. I would have to
Could
have.
you break 75?
if the tee shots weren't horrible?
Because
Because
think about it, right? Even if you take, say, driver on 13, for example, at Rosanna, you top one. You're putting 3 wood on the green.
no, 1 in 5, I'll put it within based on.
But you're not teeing, like if you top your driver on a hole,
Yeah.
you're good enough to hit your next shot right-handed with 3-wood
Close
to a position.
Close enough.
Yeah. And then again,
75, all has to go well. And off the tee, I can't make too many mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to stripe everything. I won't. I just flat out won't.
honestly,
I don't have
you could-
that left-handed shot.
You could grip down on whatever club you've got and literally just bunt it down
on every
there.
hole, if I can hit it
The
more
par
than
threes will fuck
150,
you. I think the par
150 or
threes will
more.
fuck you.
Yeah.
I reckon,
But see,
that's-
I'll 3 club up and bun it.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do. So if I could hit it further than 150 consistently and thereabouts, I reckon I'd be all right. I'd break 80. I reckon I could break 80. I reckon I could back that. My left-handed putting, I'd have to line everything up and get the alignment right. But if I had my putter but left-handed, I have a pretty good stroke. I actually putter right left-handed.
You've said that before.
I reckon I could break 80. I reckon I could.
All right.
I reckon I could. Breaking 75, fuck, everything would have to go right.
Yeah.
Everything would have to go
I
right.
reckon I reckon I could break 90.
Yeah.
I don't think I think it'd be a stretch.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
That's a good one.
I like that. I'm trying to
Go for it.
I'm trying to think of one more.
Have you not got any more?
I combine one of them.
You combined one of them.
Yeah.
I've got 2 more if you want.
How many? Oh yeah, your phone's up there.
I've got a shitload on my phone.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna
went
steal
nuts
one
last
that you
night
didn't
and-
think of one.
Anything. First thing that comes to your mind you want to ask me about.
All right. Oh, here's an idea. Here's one.
Okay.
Here's one. Because I'm a culprit of this. Right.
Okay.
So I hate when I'm around someone that or playing with someone that I know has cheated. Right. I hate cheats. You lose all respect.
Yep.
When you've been known for it and have done it, or you've been caught doing it. If it's by myself or someone else or someone's told me about it, I hate it. Right. Has there ever been a moment on a golf course where no one's around, you're having a good round, you've put it somewhere and you're just like, I just want to fucking move it just to give yourself, just to free you up?
All the time.
All the time.
All the time you want to.
Have you ever done it?
No.
Okay, good.
All the time you want to,
Yeah.
right? And you
have that thought.
moment where you just go, I can look like I'm moving a stick here and just quickly pick it up and put it somewhere else.
Yeah.
You have that thought all the time because especially if you're having a good day.
It's just those, like, I've seen it so many times, and my old man actually told me a story from about 6 weeks ago where a guy was 34 points through 16 holes or something like that, having a good day.
Yep.
And then he ruined it by thinking he was in the clear, taking the ball, moving it away from a tree, claiming he was in like animal scratchings or something, and then moved the ball away, had a clear shot, end up scratching the next 2 holes anyway. So he sort of fucked himself. I reckon karma bites you in the ass with that.
Agreed.
So
That being said, I will always ask the question if I feel like I could get relief. I'll always ask the question.
of course,
but
of
I'm
course.
not. You're
not.
If we're playing a comp round, especially, I'm not getting the foot wedge out.
No, you can't. More like as you put it in a good way.
One thing I do, well, not often, but I have done in the past is I forget about a shot that I've hit, and then someone will go, "What'd you have there?" I'm like, "I had a 6," and they go, "Oh shit, no, I had a 7."
No,
sorry.
I've hit. Yeah, I had
sorry.
that little bun out or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot, and that's fine if you correct yourself, and that's all good. Because at the end of the day, you're going to go through your scorecard with your partner anyway.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, you got to pick up on it.
I don't.
If your partner's been paying
I've definitely
attention.
thought about it. 100%.
Like there's
I don't
been
think you're a golfer if you haven't.
if you haven't thought about it, yeah. Doing it's different. That's why there's so many people that just don't have that self-control. And I hate that. There was one time, and I will admit this, there was one time I reckon I was 14, I reckon, and it was my best round I'd ever had at Huntingdale. Right? I was at Huntingdale. I was probably playing off, I reckon probably 7 or something like that. And 6 or 7, something like that. And I remember I was 1 over par. And I'm on the 16th hole. It was just pretty sort of straightforward par 4 following the driveway at Huntingdale at this time. It's all torn up now. They're all redoing it. Anyway, and there's this not a greenside bunker, and there's 3 of them. Anyway, I've hit a great drive. I'm like, fucking sick, right? I can put this on the green, have a birdie putt, right? Or at least make par. Anyway, I've blocked it right, and it's plugged in the face of the bunker. Not the face, it was sort of just on the downslope. And no matter what you do, the shot, I was either keeping it in there or I was hitting the fucking clubhouse. And I remember I'm standing over it, looking at it, going, like looking around at these guys, going, I just want to take this out. I just want to nudge it, just so I can have a shot. Like I was 14, standing and fucking shaking, right? And I end up doing it.
You did it.
Yep, I moved it a little bit just to have that shot. And you know what I did? Left it in the bunker, knifed it into the face, ended up wiping the hole anyway. And you know what that taught me? I'm just like, fuck, there is something the universe knew.
Yeah.
The universe knew and bit me in the ass.
Yep.
And I have, obviously you have that thought of going, oh, fuck it, I just want to move it, just, or something like that. But ever since then, I'm like, I am never fucking doing anything like that again. I just, it fucked me. It fucked me.
It's not
like
fun.
today when I hit that shot on 8, when I hit the drive on 8, when I was up against that bush. Do you realize how badly I just wanted to go, I'm in a fucking rabbit scratching or something like that. But it's just, you just can't.
That's the game.
You just can't.
That's the game.
Because you just cop it on the chin, move on, and I was able to make a birdie on the next hole to make up for it.
There you go.
But fuck, man, I remember that when I was probably 13 or 14, and I remember I was having the best round I possibly had at Huntingdale. Anything close was like 5 over. Anyway, I ended up having 5 over, I think, as well, because I bogeyed the next hole, and I'm like, and I remember walking off, I was crying, I was fucking devastated. Jeez. Like I was more upset with myself because it clicked in my head. I'm like, the reason why you had a shit score was because you fucking did that. And I was just devastated.
Yeah.
I was devastated.
Oh, look, yeah. You can say we've all been there.
Yeah.
You know.
That was the first time I ever did it, something like that.
Yeah.
And I haven't even come close with going, I'll just kick it out. Nah. Just can't do it.
Nah.
Just can't do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
Should we call it there or should we keep going?
No, spit one more.
Spit one more.
Spit one more.
I got a couple here. All right. What is your favorite on course or like golf club snack, meal, or drink?
I love me ham, cheese, and tomato sandwiches.
You're so bland.
It's boring.
It's so boring.
It's boring. And actually, being at Heritage now, they make these croissants.
Oh,
right,
dude, we had them when we played.
How good are they?
So good.
How good are they?
So posh, but so good.
Fuck off. I really my croissant.
A croissant.
My croissant.
It made me drop my croissant.
Stop. Anyway, so yeah, I've really, really, really been attracted to them right now. And
Yeah,
there's
they're
even other things. If I have time through 9, I'll get like the toasted wrap or something like that. But if we're quickly whipping through like we did today, I'm just quickly grabbing that sandwich and just
moving on.
On we go.
Just moving on.
On we go.
We've in the last
what's
sort
yours?
of well, I don't really have an on-course snack.
Oh, and halfway through, I'll grab a Gatorade and water.
I
Gatorade and
love
water.
a Gatorade.
Gatorade
Don't
and
get me
water.
wrong.
Yeah, Gatorade and
the
water.
yellow Gatorade in particular. Don't ask me why it's a tradition. Yeah.
Okay, I've got a question then. Yeah, kick on.
I don't really have like an on-course. I used to smack back sausage rolls like you wouldn't believe.
So I did that, and then a nutritionist, well, I wasn't a nutritionist, he was like a sports psychologist. He told me the different energy levels certain things could give you. And he goes, without getting your bowls of salads and and proteins and shit like that in one thing, the best you can get is that sort of sandwich.
Yeah, right.
So I'm like, oh, fuck it, righto.
Yeah, and the sandwiches at most golf clubs are good.
Are good,
but we've, in the last sort of 12 to 18 months, me and the boys have really made an effort to go into the clubhouse after our rounds of golf and be more a part of the golf club in that sense. And the menu at Berg is unreal.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
We've got
pretty
this
good.
Beef brisket burger.
Stop it. Stop talking.
It's cheese.
Stop
pickles.
it. Stop it.
Let's go.
All right, I've got one more quick question. It's going to take 1 minute. I'm not even going to answer it. You just fuck it. I will. What's your top 3 Gatorade / Powerades? Top three. Go.
All right. So yellow Gatorade.
You have your yellow. So what's that?
Lime.
Pineapple. Oh, lemon lime. Sorry.
lime.
Yeah.
Watermelon Gatorade.
The clear one.
The clear one. I like that.
That slaps.
Good. It slaps.
Yeah.
And then blue.
Blue Bolt.
Blue Mountain. Whatever it is.
Powerade. Yeah. My absolute top is the grape Powerade, purple.
Blackcurrant, you mean?
Yeah, blackcurrant or whatever it is.
purple
Yeah, blackcurrant. Sorry,
Blackcurrant.
That's my number one. That's my
That's
baby.
good. That's
my baby
for me.
And then it's orange Gatorade or Powerade.
Bland.
Probably the Gatorade.
Boring.
Probably orange Gatorade.
Boring.
And then yellow Gatorade.
Yes. Yeah.
That's my top 3.
Very good.
But that blackcurrant Powerade, the second I see that in the fridge, I'm like, you are mine.
Another question for you.
Yeah, hit me.
We're going to keep going.
Go for it.
So with me, I cannot consume alcohol on the golf course. Can't do it.
Yeah.
When I do, game just goes to shit. One beer and I'm
fucked.
I'm headless.
You
right?
lose, yeah.
And I'm not a light weight in terms of drinking.
no,
I can drink fine like anybody
Yeah.
else can. On the golf course,
Can't do it.
I just lose all sense of concentration.
Yeah.
And I can't do it. Do you have a similar effect?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. I can have one beer and be all right. Anything more than that, I can't be playing. I can't be playing a comp round. I can't be playing anything that sort of means a bit. So, like once again, that comp round. If I'm at a corporate day and we're just having a hit and we don't really care or social round,
Yeah, I'll do
have
the same thing.
I'll have birdie shots.
When
I
we
don't
played
give a
out
shit.
at Woodlands that day last year or the year before.
Oh, the worst thing about that is we played fucking ordinary.
Yeah, we played ordinary, but then also we were just like, bugger it, let's have
Who gives a shit?
It was like,
After 4 holes, we're like, this is not going to get any better. Where's that drinks card?
do you remember the longest day? So about 3.5, 4 years ago, ladies and gents, Joel, myself, and our guest today,
Yeah, that was
and
supposed to come.
another mate
Yeah.
of ours, did the longest day.
Yeah.
For the Cancer Council, 4 rounds of golf in one day, and it was an absolute challenge.
It was brutal.
So one of us in the group decided at 9:30 in the morning was a fantastic idea to go to the bottle shop and buy a couple slabs of beers.
Earlier than that.
And they don't open,
Oh, of course.
right? So I think it was really early, and then said person also fell up the hill going onto the tee box.
Yeah, fall up a hill.
Fell up the hill going to the tee box on 7.
Fucking hilarious.
And I'm sure we'll ask them about it in future episodes. I'm sure.
That was a long day.
That was
Hence the name. Hence the name. Like,
we also played some good golf that day too.
there was some very good golf.
I think
was some
combined
very
we
good
were,
golf.
I think
Lots under par.
lots. High
If we had
30s.
birdie shots, good night. We wouldn't have made it the 4th round. no
God,
way.
no. I think we went to the pub afterwards as well. We were already half
Oh,
tanked.
well, goners. Anyway,
I
that's
think that's
let's
a good
tidy
spot
that
to
up.
leave it.
I like it. That's a little
Nice,
bit of
a little bit of a shorter one today.
that
but
segment. We've had some very, very positive feedback too. Just a little bit of interesting topics and some funny convos and a little
Absolutely.
bit more insight of us and our opinions. So
Absolutely, and a little bit about how Joel and I get along, which is
Exactly.
full of laughs
like a
and,
house on
and
fire.
talking shit.
big brother, little brother sort of shit in it.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in and listening. It's a pleasure to have you with us as always. Be sure to check out all our content on Instagram and TikTok. Like and subscribe on YouTube if you are listening on there. If you're following us on Spotify or listening on there, please give us a follow and a thumbs up.
Absolutely. Share the
5-star
content.
rating.
Tell your mates. Share your content. Ask us questions. And yeah. Oh, we didn't do an ace cam today.
No, we didn't.
Well.
We had
Anyway.
a couple of good ones, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We need more ace cams out of you, by the way.
We
It's
do.
been a bit quiet.
Yeah, we do. Haven't hit it.
It's because you're not getting close.
Yeah, well. Anyways, like and follow.
Like and follow, subscribe, give us a review, share it with your mates, keep listening, and hit them well.
See you in the next one.
We'll see you soon. Cheers.
Ciao.